Hello and welcome to my channel. I have sped up this video 5 times. This month's card features, or this video's card features the Galaxy Glaze and the Stencil of the Month from Brutus Monroe. Right here I'm using the purple and I'm making a mini slim panel. I like to go just one direction when I'm using my Galaxy glazes or my glazes so that I don't go too smushy on the outside. I always quickly clean off my tools. I keep a bucket of soapy water as soon as I'm done with my glazes so that they don't dry on. And then I set that card panel aside to dry. But first I'm going to show you what the purple looks like when it's dry on this card I made, this thanks card that I made. And then I will go ahead and start my card. For my card today, I am using a purple panel that I created, or I'm sorry, a blue panel that I created. I already created this. I'm going to cut it down to 5.5 by 3.5 because it's going to go on a mini slimline card. My card base is 7 by 3.5 and I scored it 3.5 and then fold it so that it's 6.5 by 3.5. I think I said those measurements wrong. I apologize. I always make a couple of them ahead of time so that I have a few ready, and then I put something heavy on top to kind of hold them in place. I measured up my card base and noticed there were some fuzzies, so I use a metal file to get the fuzzies off the edge. And then I chose the birthday sentiment from Christopher's Sentiments Cutting Dies from Brutus Monroe, and I'm going to run it through some white leftover cardstock that I used was left over from my card base. I'm just lining up to check to see how I like it and if it's going to work for me. I run it through my Sidekick, which I like to do because it sticks to my glass media mat. I run it through twice so I make sure it fits and it's all cut out. And then this is something different I did this time. I removed the negative pieces from my die cut after I taped down my card panel so it was straight on my mat. And then I used liquid glue to go on the whole back side of my word. And then I'm going to flip it over and use that to line up my word as straight as I can, which because it's a scripty font, it ends up being a little bit crooked, not quite straight, but I like how it turned out. My paper, I use my piercing tool to push down the word die while I peel off the negative space. And then I also use that to I use a towel to clean up any extra glue and the pokey sputum to wipe up any extras glue that's hanging out, and then I let that dry. I have to attach the little dot to my eye yet with some liquid glue, and I'll do that here in just a second. And then I'll just clean up a couple extra areas. And then I have to set that side to dry. I'm going to use the happy sentiment from a free stamp with purchase that I got on an order a couple years ago. And I'm just going to use my mini Misty to line that up, and I'm going to stamp that in purple ink. I'm going to cover up the birthday part with some purple tape while I ink, and then I will remove the inked purple tape and stamp down the word happy. I stamped that just a couple of times. I forgot that I didn't have my ink handy, so I had to go get it. Apologize. Like I said, I stamped it a couple times. I got a little bit of the B on my sentiment, so I'm just going to use my scissors to kind of cut around that as straight as I can to make a rectangle. And I'm going to line that up where I am. Use some liquid glue to attach my panel to my card base. And I like to use my finger on the corners to make it edge to edge. Excuse my head while I line that up. And then I will use liquid glue actually first I will use my adhesive remover to remove any dry adhesive from around that oozed out. I was a little generous this time. Use a little liquid adhesive to put down my happy sentiment. And this is where I realized I used a blue ink with a purple glaze, but in the right light, it actually works. And then I used some flat back pearls to attach for a little extra bling around my card, just because I like to use these as much as possible when I can, and I like to use them in odd numbers. I just use some liquid glue to kind of randomly put them in spots. I really hope you enjoyed my card, and this is my first voiceover edited video, so hopefully I did okay. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. Have you used the Galaxy glazes, or have you made a mini slimline card before? And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I'd appreciate it, and I thank you for stopping by. I will leave a picture of my finished card at the end of the video and leave links in the description to the products and the Brutus Monroe Show. Thanks and have a great day.